Good morning, good morning, good morning. Afternoon, evening, whatever time it is in your part of the world. Thought I would do a quick market update for you guys after what happened yesterday with that big move upwards. Just kind of wanted to put it into perspective. Um, I don't think the correction is over by any stretch of the imagination. We may get some good moves in a couple of coins that I'm going to discuss here in a little bit. But as it stands, everything is still in a correctional phase. Looking here at Bitcoin, I noticed this ugly little head and shoulders pattern this morning forming, and it's yet to be confirmed. Seeing that this candle hasn't closed below the neckline yet, but if it does, that will confirm this head and shoulders pattern. And what that'll suggest is that this is headed back to the lower bound of its trend line, which I have over here on my other chart. And it's going to head either back down to this, or we may even get a move as far down as this lower trend line. So Bitcoin's, I hate to say it, probably headed back to 2,200, maybe even as low as 2,100. So yeah, be a good little opportunity to move into cash and maybe pick up some Bitcoin at a lower price. Um, it's always a good thing to do when Bitcoin's in a retracement like this. Ethereum, like I told y'all yesterday, Ethereum is not out of its downtrend. We're still working our way down this little channel, and last night Ethereum found resistance here on this line, reversed and came back down, found resistance on this line, and it is headed back down. Um, yeah, just like I said, guys, not looking good for Ethereum. As I said in my video yesterday, I think we are headed to at least 170, 165. Could even go lower than that, but we will see. So Ethereum's not a buy yet, in my opinion. Litecoin. Litecoin's actually looking good today. We had this. It was working its way through this symmetrical triangle here, and we had two different options that could have happened. What you'll notice, what we got was a break above this line, and then it fell back down onto support here. That's a good sign. That shows that this is indeed a confirmed breakout, and that Litecoin will likely hang on to this bottom trend line here, and it's going to make its way um, up here, and I'm sure at some point it's probably going to break out upwards. So I mean, yeah, kind of something kind of. Oh my gosh, come on, arrow, fish, and maybe something along these lines. What we're looking for is a test of this all-time high here. That's kind of our next target level if you're looking to buy into a medium-term trade here over a couple of days for Litecoin. It's actually almost in a prime buy zone right this moment. If you take a measurement of this last move with the Fibonacci tool here, what you'll see is that, oh my gosh, this script is always in my way. Here we go. And if you notice, this thing found support on the 50% retracement line, which is exactly where this other trend line comes into effect. And there's also this previous trend line, which we're now finding support on, signifying that somewhere between the 61.8 and the 0.5 retracement is where we'll get our kind of our interim low here. So I'm probably looking to pick up Litecoin. I don't see a whole lot that tells me that's a bad idea. I'd kind of like to, if we zoom in here to the 15 minute, what I'd like to see is this thing kind of, yeah, that looks good, man. We got the low here. This is making a lower low, sorry, a higher low, which signifies an uptrend. Yeah, and it looks like I mean, I don't like that the blue line's coming back down here over the signal line, but I think that's going to come and turn back around here in a moment. So, yeah, I'd be looking to I'm probably going to go ahead and take a position here in Litecoin. Um, in doing this, I would have my stop below the previous low here. Because if we test this, we're definitely likely to test this. So I'm going to bring this down to beneath there. 3.3%, a little bit higher risk than I usually like, but you know, as long as the reward's there, it's not a bad call. Take it up there to that interim high. Yeah, that looks good. There's a nice little, not sure exactly how long that'll last, call it maybe through tomorrow. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Litecoin. Um, Ripple, maybe. We did get this breakout here from this previous trend line. Found support down here. So it looks like Ripple's headed up on this little trend line here, but what I'm concerned about is this longer term trend here. This light blue line. You see, if I mean, this is the longer term trend. It has more relevance than the one that we just established, this uptrend here. Uh, the light blue line is a stronger trend line than that little blue dotted line that I've got, the darker blue one. As you can see, this is acted as a resistance line uh, for weeks, and I don't expect that to stop. Now, if we get a breakout above this line, Ripple is probably, I mean, I don't know if it's starting its bull run. I'm not gonna call it this early, but you know what we could have here is actually an inverse head and shoulders pattern working its way out. If you look here, it's almost like a huge head and shoulders pattern. Let me do that. Um, let's see, and then the right shoulder would be here. But I need to bring, let's see here. Like, yeah, I'm kind of stretching this, man. Kind of trying to force this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Um, I'm just saying wait and see on Ripple. I don't like this trend line here. We could get through it, no problem. And if so, Ripple's probably going to head up at least to 9,000. Or wait, sorry, which line is this? Yeah, 9,000. And our next resistance levels are going to be up here at 9,400, 9,500, and up here at about 9,700 Satoshis. We got to work our way through that, but if we do get a breakout side here, I'd say that's likely. But really, the big one we're watching is this big blue trend line here. If we can get out of that, it's on like Donkey Kong. Um, you know, we'll get that big move that we've been waiting for in Ripple. Ethereum Classic. Of course, as I covered in my video yesterday, Ethereum Classic broke out of a major long-term trend line just yesterday. In fact, it had been following inside this trend line for weeks, ever since the top here at June the 17th. That was a month ago almost. Um, Ethereum stuck inside this trend line, but we finally got this move out, this huge move out yesterday. Um, I don't know. I don't know where to enter this trade, honestly. Um, I don't really like like buying up here. I wouldn't really be interested in that. The risk is just too high. Um, Ideally, what I'd like to get, and I don't know if it's going to happen, but there's always another trade if it doesn't. Um, what I'd like to see is at least the 50%, but more the 61.8% here. I'd ideally like to see a retracement back down to this area. And I'm probably wishing for too much. I mean, there's definitely a lot of momentum behind that last move, and the volume is, I mean, just gigantic. So, I mean, I don't know. We may get a retracement back down here today, um, but it could just as easily bounce off this 38.2 and head to new highs. Um, so I don't know. I'm not entering an Ethereum trade, Ethereum Classic trade at this price. But I don't know. It'd be, if you were gonna do it, and this is fucking risky as shit, but you could do something along this line. Here, let me open up the long position here. You could do something along this line with a stop beneath here. Um, with a small position, you could limit your loss to about 5%, and get yourself a nice 2.5 to 1 here. Actually, honestly, I'd definitely take it up higher than that. I'd take it to this next resistance level here. So, I mean, it'd be a good trade if it works out in your favor, but I just don't like the risk. I mean, we could just as easily fall all the way down here to the 61.8. Um, I mean, there is a lot of support in this area, so I don't know, man. It's up to you. It's not my style. It's just too risky for me. But there's Ethereum Classic. Here's Dash. Let me see. Where's all my stuff? There we go. We're working our way through this triangle here. Looks to me, this is a 2-hour chart, so looks to me like today's probably not going to be a positive day for Dash. We're probably going to come up here to test this resistance level and find our way back down to the bottom of this triangle. What we're looking for is a breakout. Could go one of two ways. What we want for a buy is up outside on top of this trend line here. Ideally if we could just go like that. I mean, it's not likely to work that way, but if it would just follow its way right up and break right through there, that's what we'd want to see for a long position. And if we were to take this short, same thing. This thing would find resistance here and fall through that support line and have a couple of candles close beneath the support. And then what we would see is a retracement down to the bottom of this longer term trend. And that would be a hell of a buy if it comes down there. So either way, just keep an eye out for the ends of that triangle. And yeah, I guess I'll open up and narrow real quick. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, that trend line, I was worried that wouldn't hold, and it didn't. So forget about that channel. That's not real. What we're looking at now is this bigger one here. Monero, same thing. Looks like we're going to have a down day as well. I mean, this is a 2-hour chart, so technically it could end up positive, but it's probably going to end up down here. My next buy zone for a longer term Monero trade would be down here at the bottom of this trading range, because if you take a look at this on a daily chart, what you'll find is that Monero has been trading within this little trading channel for quite a long time, as you can see here. So if we could get to the bottom of this trading channel, this is a freaking monster trade right here. Look at this bad boy. Boom, 80% right there. And it'll do it. It'll freaking do it. It's been doing it over and over right here. Look at that big move. That was 70-something%. Look at this one here. There's another one. Like, Monero does this. Like, it's been happening over and over. So, if we can get to the bottom of that trend line, oh man, that'd be a hell of a buy. Let me see up here. Yeah, this was 130%. So, yeah, this is actually what I'm hoping for. I would love to see Monero fall all the way down to here. But I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, guys. I got a lot of stuff to do today. So, you know, really what I'd be looking for is if you're looking, looking to make some good use of your money today, I'd be looking for a short trade on Bitcoin. Probably a short trade on Ethereum. Litecoin is really the only one that I like out of everything that I've looked at that I feel comfortable really taking a position on. So I'm probably going to go ahead and try to find myself an entry point here. But hey, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, share the video. I feel like we're making some progress in kind of changing the way people look at trading. And I just want people to understand this isn't a casino. Like, if you guys want to gamble with your money, go to Vegas. Like, you can learn how to do this well, and be profitable on a consistent basis, guys. So